Hi, this is Rain from Rain Travels, and in this video, we are going to Spain. So you do not have to be part of the La Casa de Papel group just to be able to visit the different places in Spain. Here, we will outline the step-by-step procedure for you to enjoy. This video is for those who will be applying for Spain as tourists or for private visits. So let's start. Step 1. Know your visa type. You can scan the QR code and it will bring you to the BLS International website where you will have to identify what type of visa you should be applying for. So we have two traveler profiles. Just like before, we have traveler profile 1, who is a third country national, will be going to Spain for tourism only and will be staying in Spain for 15 days. So he's Peter X. We also have traveler profile number 2, who is also a third country national, and she will be visiting family members who are in Spain for 30 days. So take note that both traveler profiles will have some general documents which are similar and some additional documents that are needed for sponsored travel. Step 2. Gather the documents that you will need. So here's a list of the general documents that you will need as a traveler, whether you are traveling for tourism or for a private visit. So first off, you would need an application form. If you do not know how to fill that out, you can watch this video. You need a passport size photo, your proof of economic means. That would mean a 6 months bank statement and certificate, which should be stamped by the bank. Take note that they do not accept digital excerpts. For your proof of economic means, if you are employed, supply your certificate of employment with compensation as well as an authorized leave of absence. If you are self-employed, supply a copy of your business permit, your business financial statements, and if you are in the Philippines, a copy of your SEC, DTI, and a validated ITR. So you must also supply a return ticket reservation and a detailed itinerary. Take note, you should not buy or purchase a flight ticket before getting your visa. Aside from that one, create or supply a detailed day-to-day itinerary just like this one. A detailed day-to-day itinerary will include the day, date, the city, the activities, and where you will be accommodated. You can watch this video, you can click on it, so that you would know how to create your own day-to-day itinerary. If you need a sample template that I have used for my visa applications, you can just send a message through my different social media channels. Next off, you would also need to supply a travel health insurance with a minimum coverage of 30,000 euros. It must be recognized in all Schengen states, and the insurance must also cover the whole period of stay. Aside from that one, since the onset of the pandemic, it should also cover COVID-19 cases. One recommended travel insurance would be Safety Wing. So you can watch the video that I've created wherein I compared the different international travel insurance and why I chose to recommend Safety Wing. As proof of accommodation for tourists, you must be able to supply a confirmed travel reservation for your entire stay. This should be included in your day-to-day itinerary. The confirmed hotel reservations must be valid up until you have received your visa. So examples are shown here. You have Booking.com, Airbnb, and Agoda. Of course, you also need to supply a copy of your valid passport, which should have at least 3 months validity from the date of your intended stay. Must have 2 empty pages, and if you have previous passport, submit a copy of the bio page and the previous visas and entry and exit stamps that might have been in your previous passport. Those are the general documents. Now, these are some of the other documents that you should be able to supply as a private visitor or if someone is inviting you. First off, the Carta de Invitación. It must be obtained by your host from the Spanish police. So this is for private visits only. In the event that the Carta de Invitación is not applicable, ask your host to provide a signed invitation letter. So this should include the DNI, the residence card, or the registration of residency. For spouses of EU nationals, a marriage certificate recognized by the EU government should be supplied. If you will be able to do so, the visa fee will be for free. For foreign residents in the United Arab Emirates, you must be able to supply an original letter from the local sponsor. It should be in English, states the purpose of your trip, your qualification, salary, and the start date of your employment in the UAE. If you are sponsored by a family member, then supply a no objection certificate from the local sponsor once more. So if you are a domestic employee in the UAE, again, an original letter from the local sponsor. This should also include the commitment of your sponsor to pay for all the expenses and his or her guarantee that you will be returning to the UAE after the trip. Furthermore, for those who are domestic employees, you should be able to supply a proof of accommodation in Spain by your employer. So this could be the deed of the property or apartment, copy of lease agreements, or hotel bookings. As proof of sufficient financial guarantees, they should submit a copy of the personal bank accounts for the last 3 months, which state the periodical salary transfers, and this should be stamped by the bank. For other foreigners residents in other countries who need a visa, a copy of your residence cards. This should be valid for at least 3 months after your intended travel date. So those are the different documents that you should be able to submit depending on the type of traveler you are. So if you have any questions, just send a message or leave a comment in the comment section. Step 3. Book an appointment. Scan the QR code so that it will bring you to the BLS International website where you can book your appointment. For Filipinos, you can scan this QR code for the BLS International appointment system. This is what the appointment page would look like. So you have to input your details and your appointment category, as well as your phone number and your registered email address. You'll be receiving a verification code in your email. After which you will see this particular data consent page. You can read through it before you click on the green button there. So choose an appointment date. So the green ones would be the available appointment dates for you. You can choose the nearest appointment date depending on the availability. You can also choose an added service, whether you want the courier, SMS, internet kiosk, printing, and so on. Take note, these added services are optional and it does not influence or fast-track your application. Once you click submit, you will be receiving this appointment receipt. So it would include the applicant name, reference number, passport number, appointment date and time, the visa category, as well as the type of application. Step 4. Submit your application on your appointment date. Also, make sure that you arrive on the appointment date earlier than usual. So organize your documents according to the checklist that they have provided. You can use paper clips to combine the documents that are related to each other. Step 5. Track your application. You can scan the QR code once more so that it will bring you to the BLS International website. Take note that it takes 15 working days for the embassy to decide on your application. So you will have to wait for that one. For Filipinos, you can use this QR code to track your application form via the BLS International website. Here's what the application page would look like. So you have to input your reference number and your date of birth as well as the CAPTCHA there. If you are going to apply for Spain, make sure that you have a good set of strong documents and that you are well traveled, as there are a lot of, unfortunately, illegal immigrants in Spain. That's why they are very strict with the visa applicants. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching and please watch out for the next set of videos. Bye!
Life is a winding